Hello guys, welcome back to Hot Movies. Today I will recap you a 2011 drama romance movie, Madrid 1987. The film begins with us seeing an elderly man named Miguel, sitting at a restaurant writing articles. He is a well-known writer who publishes in numerous magazines and newspapers. Only then does his gaze rest on a girl approaching him. Angela is the name of the girl who comes to interview Miguel because she, too, aspires to be a successful writer like Miguel. Further, Miguel and Angela are conversing, and we can observe that he is quite open-minded and speaks frankly to the person about anything that comes to mind. When Angela orders a soft drink, Miguel takes a sip from the side where she drinks. Miguel later claims that the doctor told him not to drink soft drinks, coffee, cigarettes, or wine, but he refuses to comply with the doctor and continues to smoke and drink soft drinks. He says all at once that if he dies, this will be the cause of his death. This proves how different he thinks from the rest of us. After a while, Angela offers Miguel a sample of her piece of writing, but after reading it, Miguel says he dislikes it anyway. Miguel tells Angela about it openly and also provides her some writing ideas. Angela concurs on this point. Following that, Miguel suggests that you try to write anything unique in your style since good writing is a skill which no one can teach us and comes naturally to us. After all of this, Miguel requests that Angela take the apartment keys from the jacket pocket that belonged to his friend Luis. Then Miguel said that if you want to continue the interview, we should go to Luis's place since I don't want anyone disturbing us while we're there. At the interview, a lady arrives to obtain Miguel's autograph, which is why he wants Angela to accompany him to his friend's place, to which Angela agrees. Following that, they meet in the apartment of Miguel's friend Luis. Angela was staring at the painting that had been kept there. Then Miguel brings her wine and says he doesn't enjoy painting because it requires a lot of thought, but this doesn't happen with writing because we just speak nice things. Soon after, Miguel approaches Angela and removes her glasses before kissing her. So we learn what Miguel means to do and what she needs to do under the cover of an interview with Angela. Furthermore, Miguel tells Angela that he no longer enjoys kissing as much as he used to, owing to his rising age. Then Miguel asks Angela to take off her clothing since he told her that she is here to take something from him, therefore he should get something in return, in the form of a friend. Miguel adds that he has no intention of doing anything with her, and is only interested in her charm. In reality, Miguel was smitten with Angela at first sight and has been determined for her ever since. But after hearing this from Miguel, Angela firmly refuses. She instantly leaves the flat, but later returns and removes her clothes. Miguel then invites her to sit next to him, and begins painting on Angela's body. Angela then proceeds to take a bath, at which point Miguel appears, and when he enters, he closes the bathroom door. Angela then tried to open the door, but it would not open. In fact, when the door was hit, it was locked, and Luis didn't warn Miguel about it. They are now both stuck inside the bathroom. Both Miguel and Angela strive for a long time to unlock the door, but it is useless, and neither of them can open it. Then Miguel tries to burst the door, but it does not break, and he begins to feel pain. That's when Angela starts shouting outside the bathroom window, hoping that someone will hear her and rush to her aid. But Miguel stops her because if anyone sees them both in such a state, there will be a major problem. Miguel later informs Angela that his friend Lucy is away and will not return for 2 days. That implies they'll have to remain in the bathroom for 2 days. At the same time, he adds that if he does not return home by tomorrow, his wife will call the cops. Angela responds that his parents will call the police because she failed to inform them of her whereabouts. Miguel realizes the problem after learning this, and he begins calling the neighbors from the bathroom window, yet there is no reaction from outside. Miguel now believes that a comedy or tragedy has occurred with him. Angela then responds that if he walks out of here early, it will be a comedy, but if both of them get caught by her parents in this state, it will be a tragedy. Now Miguel asks Angela what her father does, and Angela responds that her father is in the army. Miguel becomes scared after hearing this, as if her father sees them both, he may shoot him with a gun. After speaking, Miguel realizes that he knows Angela's father, as well as Angela's elder sister Ajabel. Miguel now tells Angela that he and her sister went to acting class together, and that he really loved Ajabel. However, Miguel did not tell Ajabel about this. Angela claims that Ajabel was always interested in acting and that she has come a long way because of it. Miguel also discovers that Agbel still knows him and has given her phone number to the same Angela. Miguel is overjoyed to hear this, but Angela claims that Ajabel thinks Miguel is an overrated writer and that she dislikes his handwriting. Miguel is saddened to hear this, but he claims that only the overrated writer has settled to the point where he can reach a little portion of it. Later, Miguel tells Angela about his friend, who didn't come home for a day, and his wife fears he was with another lady. She complained to the police to teach him a lesson, that her husband was abducted by the terrorist, but once his friend regained consciousness the next day, he watched the news on television and in the newspaper. He has never dated another girl after that day. Miguel tries to approach Angela after telling this story, however she gets up and walks away. Angela also claims to have read all of his novels, which is unusual, although he has received numerous awards for them. Miguel claims that individuals spend a lot of time writing novels, whereas he writes them professionally and finishes the pages of the novel in some form every day. Then the sound hits Miguel and Angela, because when people hear the girl's voice, they are willing to do anything. Angela speaks up again, but there is no response. Miguel tries to approach Angela again, but she states she is unwilling to do anything, and simply wants to get out of here. Miguel begins openly peeing right in front of Angela. Angela smiles as she sees Miguel doing this, implying that she is now completely on Miguel's side and becoming drawn to him. Then Miguel calls for aid from the bathroom window, but there is no response. He was now quite frustrated and needed to get out of here as quickly as possible. Furthermore, Miguel claims that because he is an elderly man, no one wants to be in a relationship with him. He becomes quite emotional as he says this, and Angela feels pity for him after hearing this. Then she approaches Miguel and has sex with him. This is exactly what Miguel desired. Next, Miguel gives Angela an array of criticisms about her writing skills, which makes Angela feel awful. She responds angrily that everyone always talks to her as if she knows nothing. When Angela's rage has subsided, she tells Miguel that when she was younger, she stood in front of the mirror and imagined herself to be a famous figure, and her interview was taking place. Upon hearing this, Miguel states that everyone does not accept themselves as they are, but instead strive to become more powerful and popular, which is completely incorrect. Angela had seen this as well, therefore she has now mirrored. When the conversation is ended, both of them are quite bored. Now, because he enjoys watching movies, Miguel begins telling Angela the story of one. Miguel claims that there was a family, that there were parents, and that there was a son. One day, the youngster abruptly stopped getting out of bed, indicating to his parents that he did not want to go to school. However, after many days, the parents bring the psychiatrist to their home. The psychiatrist informs the parents that their youngster has been upset by anything, and that they should try to act him normally. Following that, his parents took him on vacation, when he was brought to the bed itself. Then there's the girl who falls for his son. However, the son does not get out of bed. When she sees this, she feels terrible and decides to live in her bed. The son wakes up one night and goes elsewhere. His parents make numerous attempts to locate him, but they are unsuccessful. Despite this, his mother was overjoyed because his son had gotten out of bed, but she was also filled with guilt over why she was so pleased with his son's leaving. Following this, Miguel says that for everything we did today, you will absolutely be guilty of it, but if I catch you on the way, avoid me and leave. Then they both hear someone's voice outside. Then Miguel calls him, and he requests that he call his friend, which the man initially rejects, but eventually agrees to give him the money. Hearing this, the man contacts Miguel's friend Lucy. After a time, Luis enters the bathroom and brings them both out. Following this, as Miguel tells Angela to ignore him, and she departs. The film comes to a close here. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to let me know which movie I should recap next.